Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for stopping by for yet again another speed build. And if you are brand new today, then thank you as well for stopping by and checking out today's video. And I hope you do decide to stay tuned for the entirety of the video because today we are building a small family starter home. And if you decide to not stay around for the entire video, then maybe you can go check out my Instagram. I put all of my screenshots on there from every build I do, and occasionally I will add some rooms to my gallery as well. So if you want to check out my screenshots, my name is ashleyyangelinaa with 2 Y's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. And on the EA gallery, my name is also ashleyyangelinaa with 2 Y's and 2 A's at the end of Angelina. And I also had recently made a Twitter account. So my name is ashleyyangelinaa with 2 Y's and 1 A at the end of Angelina. But in today's build, like I said, I think I already said, we are building a small family starter home. And I think a lot of the times when you think of a starter home, you think of a home that is rather cheap and affordable for a single sim or, a small family, maybe just a couple of sims. But what I kind of meant for a small family starter home, quote unquote, is that it's just going to be more of a starter home in the sense of the size of it. So the price does end up coming out to 72,019 simoleons. So if you were to have a brand new household straight from your cast, then, they're probably not going to be able to afford this home. But I would say that, you could just use the free real estate cheat. I don't know. It's just a suggestion. I'm not saying cheat in The Sims, but I'm just saying. But this is built right now on a 20 by 15 lot, but I do end up moving it to a 30 by 20 lot. And a lot of the times I will build in Willow Creek just because I'm not working on a save file unless someone requests it. And it's not necessarily something that I guess I want to do, but it's just something that I feel like for how long I've been playing Sims, I should have, all of Willow Creek or all of Newcrest, especially Newcrest since it is completely empty when you first download The Sims. I feel like I should have it be completely my own. You know what I mean? Like I have so many families that I've created over my years of playing The Sims 4, and I do play with a lot of my families, and I will go back and forth between several different families. I think at this moment I'm kind of skipping around between like 5 or 6 different households, and most of them are related to each other, but some of them are just really good friends, and then now they have kids that are marrying their friends' kids and things like that. So I've just been having a lot of fun with it, but I need a place for all of these Sims to live eventually. So I do I do have a lot of fun creating worlds that are entirely my own. And in Willow Creek, I did keep all of the communal lots the same. So we still have the gym, the lounge, the museum, the really large park, because I really would have no idea what to do with that giant lot. I would keep it as a park, but I just don't think that's something that I'm ready for at this moment. So that's why when I say I don't really want to do a save file, it's mostly for that reason. But I've just been having a lot of fun making these homes, and in this specific neighborhood, I forget the name of the neighborhood, and to be honest, I didn't look it up. Okay, my cat is like chilling in here with me, and he keeps just please don't make any noise. Oh my god. We are just gonna keep going with the recording. If you hear any noises in the background or some foreign object rub up against the microphone, it is just my cat. It's just my 23-pound cat, no big deal. But I was talking about the neighborhood. So in this neighborhood, I have created a ton of bungalow homes, and I guess this one I think this one does pass as a bungalow home, and you'll see in the screenshots later and you probably already saw the thumbnail as well. I would say it's a bungalow home. And I just love that the way this neighborhood's turned out overall. And I think I probably started working on this neighborhood, I don't know, like maybe a couple of months ago. And I feel like most of my builds recently that aren't apartment renovations have actually taken place in Willow Creek. And where you see me building them is where I keep them, and I actually move in those families that I was talking about into them. So Willow Creek is definitely my most played neighborhood or world as of lately. So I've been enjoying it. But we are into the kitchen now. I did end up using quite a few cottage living items. And at first I was going to make this build be a limited pack build. But then I just felt like I wouldn't be able to get as creative with it as I'd want, and it would be more of a challenge, which I will say I'm not always up for a challenge, but I do want to do a limited pack build very soon. I think it was maybe a week or two ago that I did a poll on my Instagram stories asking you guys if you wanted to see more family builds or more limited pack builds, and I'm pretty sure everyone that voted said family friendly builds. So here we are doing a family home, and I feel like I don't create very many small homes, so that's why I wanted to essentially make this a starter home. So this build does end up coming in at 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There's a master bathroom, or a master bedroom, therefore, and there is a child's bedroom and then a disconnected bathroom that is off of the child's bedroom. It's just like in this little hallway right here behind the couch. And that's why I ended up just placing 3 dining chairs. I'm sure you saw me kind of messing around with the idea of 4, because starter homes, you know, maybe you move in and you have one child, or maybe no children, and then you do grow your family, and then eventually once you outgrow the home, then you move out and you move into a larger home. But I just kind of thought that, you know, maybe this family just sticks with the one kid forever. And that's why I ended up having just 3 dining chairs at the table. And I did end up placing 2 bar stools at the island, like where the sink and the dishwasher are. But I'm pretty sure how that works is like your Sims might sit there, but they won't ever eat there. And they wouldn't be able to pull out like a laptop or homework or a journal to sit there because the sink is there, and then I have clutter there as well. But I just thought it'd be kind of nice, mostly for the aesthetic purposes. It looks good there, you know. I feel like a lot of the times that is how islands are though, where it's like you would still technically have room to eat there even though the sink is like right in front of you, but it's mostly just for aesthetics. While we are on the topic of things that aren't completely functional, another thing in this home that doesn't work, and I know it actually doesn't work, is the fireplace, unfortunately, which is a bit of a bummer because I think it is nice to have that fireplace mood lit, especially during the winter and the fall. I personally love having a fireplace, especially like a wood burning one. It just feels so cozy, and it gives off a really nice aesthetic as well. I mean, I'm here for the aesthetics apparently today, but I feel like at the same time though, in The Sims, it is nice to not be able to have your Sims use it, because a lot of the times, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but it'll be like summer and my Sim will go light the fire, and I'm like, why? Like, you're just gonna be hot, and that's just stupid. And I don't like when my neighborhoods go into the industrial footprint. I just don't like it. So I'd rather it be neutral or green. So I do end up having my eco footprint stuff like turned off, but I don't know. It's just when you have all these packs that give you specific things like the eco footprint, you know, option, I suppose we could call it, it is nice to incorporate it, but then at the same time, then your Sims go and light a fire during the summer, and it's like, you really don't need to be doing that, okay? So I have mine turned off, but Anyway, if you don't even have, well, I guess if you didn't have eco lifestyle, then it doesn't really matter if your sim lights a fire and you don't really care about the whole eco footprint thing, but I personally don't like it. So anyway, the fact that my sims couldn't light a fire, I honestly didn't mind. So anyway, you can delete the fireplace or you can just move the couch back a little bit, but I did try that a little bit off screen, but it was just going to be way too in the way. Like, first thing you'd walk in the house, the couch would be like blocking your way. You would have to like walk around the couch, I feel like. So I didn't want to do that. But we are now moving into the child's bedroom. So I imagine that this would be a boy's bedroom, and you will see here very soon, I do end up kind of struggling with what I wanted to do with this room. So overall, I knew I wanted there to be this lofted bunk bed, which we keep, and I do end up keeping this dresser because I feel like I don't often use it. I'm pretty sure it's from Parenthood, so since I made this a family-friendly home, I did want to use lots of Parenthood items. I believed I used lots of kids' room stuff pack items, and I just thought that it would make perfect sense because this is a family starter home, and I did clutter up the living room a little bit here and there with kid items. I put like that little crafting decor like on like a little side table, or I guess it is technically a coffee table, but I kind of turned it into a side table. I put a ton of Void Critter decals in this room, so I am thinking that this sim loves collecting void critters. Maybe they go to the youth festival every year and they try to get all 10 so they can get like a free rare capsule. And I just thought it would be kind of a fun idea to play on. And two, a lot of the times when I have families that have, you know, younger kids, children, obviously, I do have them go to the youth festival and try to get void critters. And for whatever reason, it is, for me, I don't know if I have my sims wander out too far from the festival, but it's really hard for my sims to get all 10. And if they get all 10, it's like really close to the end of the festival, and I have to make them teleport back in order to get back in time to get their free capsule. So either way though, I have fun with it, so I kind of wanted to play on that a little bit, and I just think that this sim really enjoys, maybe they enjoy journaling. I put a journal down just so they can work on their emotional control a little bit, and obviously they like void critters. I feel like this swatch of the bunk bed goes really well with the whole void critter idea with the lightning bolts. I just thought that was really cute. I don't ever play with this couch. Well, not that you can interact with it like that, but like, I don't think I ever use it in my builds. I've maybe used it once, and I honestly doubt I've ever used it more than once, but I felt like it matched. I mean, it is kind of a different shade of blue, but it has the black in it, and I just think that it goes really well in here. I also figured that this sim either likes watching TV in here, they probably play video games because I did place down a console in here, and they have a computer in their room as well. Maybe they can watch some funny videos, or they can browse and research things, but honestly, they're probably just gonna play computer games on there. And I did think a lot about the sim that was living here. When it came to the parents though, or parent, I guess you could make this a single parent situation, but I didn't really think too much about them, to be honest. I just figured that they're like a great parent, you know, they help their kid with their homework, they encourage them to do sports or activities. So I did end up placing down the, the scout board. And now that I think about it, now that we're moving on into the backyard, because we started to work in the master bathroom, but I wasn't having it. It was smaller than I imagined, and I just really wanted to take a break from the inside. So we moved on into the backyard, and I do actually end up placing down this really cool like bar situation with the barbecue. As you can see, we're starting to put it together here. So I guess in the sense, I did think of the parents or parent that lives here, that they just love spending time in their backyard. They have this very nice backyard. So I did utilize a lot of perfect patio items and backyard items. What is that pack called? Is it called backyard stuff? I don't remember. But I do end up using mostly, I think, perfect patio items back here. And I just figured maybe they really like to have their neighbors come over, or family or friends, because like I did mention earlier, I do end up playing with a lot of my Sims friends or relatives so they could live here and invite over all their friends and just work on gaining more sentiment and long-lasting relationships with all of their friends. I just thought it would be kind of nice. I also wanted to incorporate a pool floaty here because, again, there is a child sim living here, and I do love to have my sims take a little nap outside when it's hot sometimes. And I did end up using the Hawaiian pizza swatch, and that is because I love a good Hawaiian pizza. So I am a fan of ham and pineapple on my pizza, but overall, my favorite pizza is pepperoni, olive, and pineapple. You can come for me in the comments if you want. Some people find it gross. My husband and I find it delicious. And we've found some people along the way in life that like it too. So I'm not the only one, okay? I know it sounds kind of weird, but that was mainly why I placed that one down. I'm sure I've placed it down in some of my builds before, but I don't know if I've ever really showcased one in one of my actual speed builds. So I figured I would share that little tidbit of my life with you guys. That is like one of my go-to pizzas. But right now we are just kind of finishing up the backyard, I'm pretty sure. I wanted to place down some activities out here for the Sims, so I figured maybe one of the Sims that lives here is into woodworking, so I end up placing this woodworking bench out here, and I end up placing this little, I guess we could call it, wall decor item, and I just figured maybe they crafted that, even though you can't actually craft that. I just thought that they would, show off their work when people come out, to get a drink at their bar or go lay out or swim. They can show off their work and, maybe have that sim be into that hobby as well. It would just be kind of nice. And I'm really liking the new hobbies and skills thing. So you can have your Sims ask each other what their favorite hobbies and skills are. And I just think it's nice because then it kind of gives your Sims more depth, because I feel like a lot of the times it's just all of your Sims kind of like the same things, at least mine do. And a lot of the times too, like I said, I play with the same families and friends and things like that. So, kind of realistically, if you think about it, if you're a chef and you cook really good food and then you have 3 or 4 kids, maybe one of those kids is going to be into cooking or want to follow in your footsteps. So I feel like a lot of the times I end up with Sims that have very similar skills and hobbies and interests, and it is kind of nice that even when you're not playing with a certain Sim, you can still determine if, they dislike fitness, or they dislike handiness, or they like handiness and things like that. So it is a lot of fun to do that, and I'm really glad that the Sims team made that possible. And I just think it's nice because we've always kind of wanted this, right? Where we wanted our Sims to feel like they actually have more of a bond and they don't just seem I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's early in the morning. It is currently 6:04, you guys. And I think I started this recording, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes ago. A lot of the times I go off on a little rant, or I totally stutter over my words and I have to cut it out as I go because it would just make editing a lot easier for myself. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We have now moved on into the master bedroom. I always want to say bathroom when I mean bedroom, and I want to say bedroom when I mean bathroom. It is so annoying, and it's only when I'm talking about the master. But we're working on the master bedroom, and I wasn't quite sure about the colors in here, but I do think it ended up working out pretty well. And since I was using lots of different cottage living items, I'm not sure if you guys saw, but I placed a chicken coop out front, and I just didn't know what to do with that area. If you guys totally don't want to play with the chickens, then by all means delete it. But I figured I was placing down so many cottage living items anyway, may as well, and it takes up space and it gives your Sims free eggs, or you can sell the eggs and make a little bit of moolah off of it. But we are pretty much coming up on the screenshot. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell, go follow me over on Instagram and Twitter, and check out this build on the EA gallery. I have lots of other builds as well, and I hope to see you in a future build. Bye. The only issue about doing a voiceover first thing in the morning is that I haven't practiced my voice for the day yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't at all sound like I'm thrilled to be here doing this voiceover, but I promise I am.